Hi, I'm Christine Sutherland, the founder of Weight Choice and the author of the article Why the Biggest Loser is the Biggest Stinker. In that article, I not only explained in detail how the biggest loser is harming participants and viewers alike, but I also broke the news that photos of Matt Hoover, the 2005 winner of the show, were evidence that he quickly put on 27 pounds in the following year and continued to balloon until the latest shot I was able to get of him showed a great big double chin. To Matt's enormous credit, he now says quite definitely and publicly that people should not try to lose weight like he did on The Biggest Loser. Of course not. It doesn't work, and it creates all sorts of problems, including health risks, and even causes deaths. Take a look at these well-known facts. Fast weight loss is not fat loss, it's fluid loss and muscle loss. When you lose fluid or muscle, your metabolic rate drops and you retain fat. If you look at this photo of fat, you'll notice that it hasn't got a blood supply. Fat isn't a living thing, and the only energy it takes up is the weight of carrying it around. But take a look at this muscle and see how richly it's supplied with blood vessels. Muscle is living tissue, and the more muscle you have, the more energy that gets burned up, because this is living, working tissue. Why would you lose weight rapidly in full knowledge that you're killing off your muscle tissue and helping to accumulate even more fat? How do you know if what you're doing is actually working against fat loss? Well, if you're losing more than 1/2 to 1 kilo of weight in a week, that's most likely fluid or muscle. It's impossible for a body to process out or put on more fat than that in just a week. Dieting should be illegal except for medical exceptions. For instance, someone with diabetes has to follow a strict diet or they could die. Someone with celiac disease must follow a strict diet or they could suffer from pain and other effects. But for most people, dieting is a total health hazard because dieting lowers your metabolic rate, creates mental disorders like depression and anxiety, decreases libido, killing off a perfectly good sex life, and ruining relationships and damaging your immune system. The reason for many older women's difficulty in losing weight isn't their age. They've literally stuffed up their metabolic rate through yo-yo dieting over the years. Another diet will only make this worse, so for middle-aged or older women particularly, diets are bad news. Fast weight loss is known to put people at risk of gallbladder disease. If you end up needing emergency gallbladder surgery, you may find yourself experiencing not just the pain of recovery from surgery, but ongoing diarrhea for the rest of your life. Diets create cravings because they force people to eat food that is not their preferred familiar food and to go without the food they'd really rather have. That's why everyone explodes out of their diet sooner or later. They have no control whatsoever over the enormous cravings that the diet itself has created. Perhaps the most insidious of all the effects of dieting is that dieting has been absolutely linked to eating disorders, and particularly eating disorders in children whose mothers have dieted. Every year in Australia, over 1,300 children die as a result of anorexia. Companies and magazines that promote dieting have got a lot to answer for. But you know, even if you didn't care about any of that, what you need to know is that studies clearly show that dieting fails for nearly 100% of people. 3 years after going on a diet, nearly 100% of people have put that weight back on, and even more because they've lowered their metabolic rate. It's even worse for people who lose weight because they've gone on an exercise program. A mere 1 year later, nearly 100% of those people have put the weight back also. So why would you use a diet or eating plan in order to lose weight? It doesn't work. But you, like me, already know that overweight and inactivity are also making people sick, killing people, and even harming children whose obesity rates have trebled in the last decade. So obviously we have to do something, but let's stop doing things that are proven to be a complete and utter failure and do something that works. The first thing you can do is stop dieting and speak up when the people you care about announce they're going on yet another dumb diet. Instead, take time to learn about what a healthy life actually is, what healthy food portions actually are, what kind of activity you could bring into your life that you actually love so much you never want to stop. And take time to learn about the 17 lifestyle mistakes that people make without even knowing it, that actually lower metabolism and act like fat suckers. For instance, one of these is sleep deprivation. Did you know that if you're not getting around 8 hours restful and uninterrupted sleep each night, that you're probably wrecking your metabolic rate? There are things you can do about that, and you'll feel a whole lot better too. Do you have food cravings for things like chocolate or bread or pizza and feel deprived if you can't eat buckets of it? There are things you can do about that too that can virtually overnight transform your feelings about that food so that you can still eat it and enjoy it, but you just won't want to stuff yourself with it anymore. There's so much great information out there. You don't need to diet. You don't need to do ridiculously harsh exercise regimes. There is a better way, a way to lose weight almost like it's falling off, and it stays off. It's not about being the biggest loser. It's about the real and permanent weight loss that comes from rebuilding a better life that not only gives you a healthy, slim body, but gives you happiness and a sense of true well-being. Our society is fat because we forgot how to live. You can do something about it for yourself and your grandchildren. So switch off the biggest loser because it really is the biggest stinker and start your Weight Choice weight loss program today. It's the sane, healthy and permanent way to lose that excess weight. Just scroll down and click on the order link below to get your full program for not hundreds of dollars like you'd pay for some diet program, but just $67 with a lifetime guarantee of no fat regain. I'm here to personally support you on your program, and I look forward to meeting you and working with you. I'm Christine Sutherland. I wish you a long, happy and healthy life, and thank you for listening.